friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage today doing a little bit of tinkering around. And actually it's not too bad a day out, but it is pretty windy out, so I decided to just stay indoors this evening and get a little bit of work done. I have one of my subscribers' guns here we're going to take a look at and do some work on. I'm going to do another video on my Tech Force. Try to get that one fixed up today too. One of my subscribers has an original peep sight for it. Sent it over to me already. Should be here Monday or Tuesday, and so that'll be really nice to get that put right on there. He actually sent it with a new with the front globe as well. Apparently he had taken everything off and put a scope on it for his grandson, and his grandson loves it that way, so he's sending me the the sights so it can go on my Tech Force here. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll put that up against the AR 2078. It's over there in the corner. But we're going to go ahead and get this guy sealed up. This is a Sheridan F series. I've also seen these listed online as the CO2 Blue Streak. So these were made from like 76 to 91. And we're going to go ahead and get this guy sealed up. So there's a few, well, there's one special tool you need for sure to be able to get this thing apart, and that's this valve tool. It has a special square end on it, and there's a retaining nut inside there. You got to get that on there to turn that out, and then there's actually threads on the other end that once you get the retaining nut out, you thread that onto the valve and yank the valve out. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing tore apart. I have a seal kit over here from Henry Ford, and it looks like we got everything in there that we need, hopefully. But we will get this guy sealed back up again. So let's bring you up to the up top camera here, and we'll get this thing taken apart. So we have a big takedown screw right here. I have the fattest screwdriver I own. Get that taken out there. We will set the stock aside. We don't need that for now. We'll get it out of the way so it doesn't get scratched or damaged. Alright, so now we're going to need to take the CO2. So again, this has this long rod. You can see that this actually goes all the way out to the end here, but that's where the CO2 actually sits, way back here. So we don't need that for right now either. So get that out of the way. So now we need to get the trigger mechanism off first. Let me get rid of this bag. I won't need that right now. So I need my... somebody was asking about this before. Definitely looks like it started life out as a hockey puck, but Galloway Precision drilled it and carved this slot in there and stuff, so definitely was intended to be a drift block. I believe Bill sent that over to me, if I remember right. Alright, so we're gonna drift out the pin for the careful, there's a spring here in the back that will go flying. There's our trigger, there's a little piece of metal up inside that spring, so be careful with that. Alright, so we don't need to mess with any of the safety here or anything like that, but there's another pin here that we need to drift out that actually holds this whole rear block in place. Okay. I wasn't sure if that, looks like those pins are identical, so that's fine. So now, so it did show, I've seen a little tutorial online, said it may, there it goes, it's moving. Take a little bit of coaxing to get that off. So there is our rear plug with the safety attached to it. Our hammer, I'm just going to leave everything together right there, no need to mess with any of that. Whoop. The old pierced CO2 that I had. Alright, so I do believe in order for us to get that valve out of there, we're going to need to take the bolt off. Could be wrong. All of the diagrams that I saw online, or how-tos about this, did show taking the bolt out first. So I believe that pin should come right. So I fixed a couple of these I fixed a couple of pump-up Blue Streaks in the past, but this is my first CO2 model. Ooh. Oh, good. That was almost problematic. So that spring come flying out of somewhere. Oh, right there. All right, so that spring goes in the bolt right there. So I do have a exploded view right here. Okay. So now, down inside here, it'll be tough for me to show you guys, but basically take this square end of this tool and get it into that nut. Now we just need something to give me a little bit of leverage here. And that retaining nut will turn out. Okay. This valve might come out pretty easy as soon as that retaining nut came out. The the valve started moving. So now we take the other end with the threads on it and go down over the, there's a threaded section on the valve body here. Yeah, it's coming right out. So that's pretty easy. So there's actually, so that threaded right on there like that. So now that went in there up against that. And here is our, so I think that was what was wrong, is the piercing needle here, well, it's the valve. There's a little bit, looks like a little bit of stuff on that valve there. So there's a few other parts in here we got to get out. There's a spring. So now there is another piece in there that we have to drive out from the front, and the way that I saw recommended was with start out with a spent CO2 cartridge and a rod long enough to pop up against the end of it, which I'm going to use a quarter-inch extension. I don't know how long of a quarter-inch extension I need though, because that end of that quarter-inch extension will, I need another one on there. So that will give me, that will go up against that CO2 now. So there's another little piece of the valve up inside there that has the CO2 sealing. That moved right nice and easy. Alright, so that got that started. So we'll get that spent CO2 out of there. So now it's said to, let's just see if, nope. So we're going to need like a cleaning rod or something to, it's already loose, so it should. Alrighty, so just took, it was actually just in there a little bit snugger than I had expected it would be. And so now there's the old seal up inside there that I still need to figure out how to get out of there. I think that's actually what was stopping it from coming out. So, but here is that, so the CO2 comes in and seals up against that little O-ring right there, which we have a new one for right there. We've got a new O-ring for right there. So I think we're just about ready to go. I just got to get everything cleaned up and then we'll put it all back together. So stand by. Alrighty, I am back and I have all our valve pieces all cleaned up and ready to go back together. And we're going to go ahead and, so this is the old stuff over here. Here's the CO2 seal, the ring from around the chamber plug here. There's our new valve stem and piercing needle. And Henry always sends the kits with a new bottle of oil, but I've got tons and tons of that already, so that little piece is going to go on the end here. That's what seals up the whole back end of the chamber. You know, this little O-ring needs to go. That's not right. So I need to find an O-ring. Standby. Alrighty, I am back. I did find an O-ring that looks like it's going to do the trick. It was from an assortment that I had from Home Depot. It is a 3/8 inside diameter, 1/2 inch outside diameter, 1/16 of an inch, and it fit on there, and it's got a nice purchase on that, so I think that's really going to do it for us. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what we're going to do, because that was the closest I could come up with. So now we need to put this CO2 face seal down into the valve body here. Just be patient with it, it'll go in. Don't want to use anything sharp. I'm using the blunt end of this this pick. That looks really good. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of silicone grease on these parts here. Like this Super Lube silicone oil. It's got some real nice viscosity to it. Alright, so now we've got our new valve pin here, and we got our spring. That's going to go in there like that, and then so pretty sure that guy's supposed to go on. There was not an O-ring on the outside of this, so I'm gonna leave that out for now. Hopefully I won't have to tear it all back down. There was a seal on the inside here, and that's, I believe, the only place it really needs to have one. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get it on our wrench there. Carefully work it up inside. Alrighty, so I cut it off for a second, but I did get that back in there. It would not start with that O-ring in between the final nut and the valve assembly, so it didn't have one in there when I took it apart either. So we're we're gonna run with that for now. Hopefully that will not bite us in the backside when we get this thing all back together. But let's go ahead and reverse our steps here now, and hopefully we'll be, oh, I got one more thing to do here. I have an O-ring for the valves, or the bolt handle here. Let's go ahead and pop this old one off of here. Okay, so there's our old stuff right there. Get the new one started, and a little drop of lube. Sorry about that. My up top camera jumped out of its holder. There we go. All right, so now we have this little spring we need to get back in there. I am glad I did not lose that. Okay. So there's our bolt back in place. Now we need to get this little retaining pin back in. Okay, little cover plate right here. That's good. So now we need our hammer. And our safety. One of our cross pins here. Doesn't go there, that's for the that's actually the hole for the trigger. First cross pin goes in right there, but boy, it goes in so much easier when you get that thing. like it was meant to go there. Okay. Alright, let's see. So we're cocking and firing anyway. Alright, it's the moment of truth. Alright, sorry about that. Technical difficulties with my with my overhead camera holder, not wanting to hold the camera. Alright, there's a good Crosman CO2 cartridge. Let's go ahead and put a little drop of oil on this guy. I know I just put oil on the so it pierces on the first shot. And so far, it seems to be doing a pretty good job of holding the... That's just copper on there. That'll wipe off with... I have copper jaws in my vise, and I was using that to hold it while I... tell you, I'm really in love with this Professor Pew CLP. It does a fantastic job of, you can see it took that copper right off of there, and it does the same thing inside copper fouling inside of a barrel. But all right, let's get the stock on there. We'll take a few shots with it. Bolt almost doesn't seem long enough. Alright, I'm going to pause the camera, get set up for some downrange shots, and we'll take a look at it. Stand by. Alrighty friends, we are back. I got the Sheridan CO2 Blue Streak, also known as a Series F or F Series gun. She's all sealed up and ready to go. I have some 20 caliber pellets here. These ones are Eye Hunter Scores, and these are a 14.34 grain. Bought a sampler pack. I've been using them in my Blue Streaks and my, was it a C9A, I think. Well, let's go ahead and just got a can work, and we're still working on that same can. But looks like she's shooting pretty good. We'll do a full workup on this. I'll let it sit overnight and make sure it's still got CO2 in it. But I don't hear anything. That's a good sign. So let's see, the safety work. Safety works good. Not bad. Got a lot lot of power. We'll do a full review on this guy, trigger pulls, all that good stuff. But I was a little leery about that front seal. Had to sub it out. So Henry does a great job with his seal kits. But this one was a kind of a one-off that he had to throw together. This is such a rare gun that he doesn't even keep a seal kit stocked for it. So he had to throw one together for me out of parts that he had. He has all the parts in stock for the Delrin ring and all that sort of thing. But he must have just not forgot about that one. But not throwing any stones at Henry. He does a great job. But there you go. That is a beautiful, beautiful gun. We'll do a good review on that. Maybe 1 or 2 head-to-heads with it. And then I'll get it sent back over to its owner. I really appreciate the chance to take a look at such a rare and unusual gun. I've been searching around and there's not much information on these, and I don't find any for sale anywhere. But that is pretty darn cool. So anyway, kind of a long video for you guys, but I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys just love watching these repair videos, so I'm sure this will definitely appeal to a certain sort of folk. But hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.